Ganeshaaya Namah. Greetings to everybody world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. It's a green morning, green afternoon, green evening. Green morning to all my brothers and sisters in Canada, Latin America, United States. And it's a green afternoon post-lunch in entire European continent along with UK. And of course, when I say early evening, it's Central Asia, it's Middle East. If I talk about late evening, it's ASEAN, right? Starting from Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei. And when I talk about beautiful Bharat, surrounded with South Asia, and people, those are joining us from Bhutan, from Nepal, from Sri Lanka, from Maldives. We are grateful to all of them. People, those are joining us from African continent. I extend a very warm welcome to all of them, very especially. We get lots of people from Kenya, Nairobi, Senegal. So we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. And of course, people are coming from Mauritius and Seychelles as well. So great warm welcome to all of you. As you all know that every Saturday is dedicated to northeast part of India. Beautiful 45 million plus people, 8 beautiful states. And, you know, I get goosebumps whenever I think about Northeast, because I think being a, you know, almost 70 plus years of age, major portion of my life I've spent in Northeast, starting from Tripura, coming to Manipur, coming to Assam, beautiful large state, coming to Meghalaya, going to Arunachal, going to Nagaland, going to Mizoram, going to Sikkim. All are at the back of my palm. So much we have enjoyed, so much we have traveled. It's such a beautiful region, unexplored region, green region, lot of forestry, lot of conservation of forest, and they have protected the environment. When you talk about herbal plantation, there's a lot available. Art, craft, culture, cuisine, dances, music, warmth, and wonderful people on the top of everything. Northeast is beautiful. And we are proud of Mr. Tyrone D. Brass. Every Saturday, he brings the guest speaker through his efforts. And all of us, we join over here and we enjoy. Today also, we are having a wonderful session where we have got a very distinguished guest. She's Sailesh Sarmaji. Now, the difference between North India and South, H is silent over here. When you write Sharma over here, it is S-H-A-R-M-A. When you talk about Northeast, it is Sarma, S-A-R-M-A-H. He is Honorable Secretary, All India Assam Private Schools Association. It's called APSA. And he is joining us from a beautiful place called Tinsukia. It's called Upper Assam also. Wonderful place. My memory lane is calling me and I'm going back to 80s. And wow, that something is beautiful. Tinsukia, then Dinjon, then Chabua, then coming to Dibrugarh, then coming to Moran, Shivsagar, Jorhat, Kaziranga, Navgaon, and then Dispur. And of course, we have got many other beautiful places, and Brahmaputra is flowing. I'm enjoying that cruise right over there. Mr. Bora is taking us on a cruise. Yes, the entire travel and tourism industry over there, very warm people. We are grateful to all of them. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, because wonderful place, wonderful people, and wonderful call from all of them. We extend a very warm welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, we are focused on making education relevant. Global Educators Forum. Our chamber is dealing with the non-resident Indian diaspora world over. 31.46 million Indians are abroad, including a home dynasty when we talk about Assam. And today, something very interesting, we'll talk about Northeast. When I come to Saileshji, we will recollect how the Britishers, when 15th century was there, 16th century was there, 17th century was there, which was the state in India which has highest per capita GDP income, which is the state, which is the region from where maximum timber and spices, and everything were taken by Britishers and of course Southeast Asia as well. International Chamber for Service Industry, we extend you a very warm welcome. It's a confluence of the non-resident Indian, leading corporate houses, and of course the government interface, because from time to time, we keep sharing a lot of vision. Our focus is services sector. Education is also part of services sector. Economy is made of three components: agriculture, manufacturing, and services. We focus on non-resident Indian and corporate, and of course, services sector. We are proud to share with the entire world that in India, our chamber brought for the first time, the first service industry finishing school way back in 1994. And that was focusing on youth, on teachers, on counselors, on trainers, on master trainers, and of course, the technology was just finding its feet on ground. So technocrat pool was also taken. And what was the focus? Personality and communication skills. Nowadays, we talk soft skills, life skill, inspirational skills, working skill, thinking skill, creative skill, critical thinking, design thinking, continuous and lifelong learning. Our chamber brought something very interesting. Education should be fun. Education should be happiness. Education should be humor. And there, the music, the dance, the happiness, passion, stimulation, storytelling, all as an integral part of this finishing school network. And we are very happy that earlier with the Ministry of HRD, which is called now Ministry of Education, there was a policy for RUSA, Rashtriya Uchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. And we were very strong in bringing in over there the component of finishing school. If you see the policy of RUSA, you'll find a component, a chapter, which is on finishing school. And if you go through AICT website, All India Council for Technical Education, right on the home page, first page, under the vertical education, if you see the drop-down menu, you'll see it over there, finishing school. That means beautiful personality with etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, confidence building exercises, and more than 52,000 youth and more than 35,000 teachers we have taken across from this finishing school. And we are really very happy because we are dealing with sector skill councils at present under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, and we are very closely working with NCVT as well. Look, during this pandemic, we have done more than 100 webinars with the Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council with Mr. Mohit Soni, very dynamic team, radio, television, theater, music, films, anything you talk about. And of course, you need mental wellness, physical wellness, your environmental wellness, your economic wellness, your spiritual wellness, yoga, meditation. We brought more than 100 webinars with another sector skill council, Mr. Mohit Soni. And nowadays we are building the bridges with Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal. This is another sector skill council of the Management and Entrepreneurship and Professional Skill Council. If you want to be startup, if you want to be entrepreneur, if you want to be trainer or master trainer, here is the Sector Skill Council, which is taking the vertical. Do join us. Next week, of course, we are taking the whole deliberations on the budget, but next week onward, that means 7th of February onward, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do join us. We'll bring in lots of wisdom to you. This is what our chamber had been doing. We brought the national integration in a very big way. More than 3,000 youth from the Northeast being brought to Chandigarh in the first phase, then coming 1,000, then coming 2,000, again coming 1,000. All national integration program, North moving to Northeast and Northeast moving to Northern India. That is something beautiful amalgamation and wonderful people from Northeast. During the pandemic, we have focused on teachers and youth, like doctors, nurses, paramedical people, doing great job and taking care of every human being because they want to save every life. Similar way, when we learned from UNESCO, because we are working very closely with the UNESCO. And when we learned from Mr. Eric Falt, the director for the vertical of education of South Asia, that there are challenges, and world over 1.65 billion children, they are out of institutions. That was very alarming. And we decided our chamber is going to dedicate the entire program on teachers and youth empowerment right from 25th of March 2020. We have not taken a break even for a single day. We go across to the entire world. We touch all continents every day, Monday to Sunday. Monday to Sunday, 7 days, we are with you. Like tomorrow, you have got a lot of programs I'll share with you. Now, this particular finishing school, which was a physical structure, brick and mortar, the corona has changed everything. It has gone totally digital, and it has become e-Gurukul for service industry. Today, I would like to tell Secretary, our Assam Private Schools Association, we would be more than happy if we can get linked up anywhere in entire Northeast, starting with Assam. It can be wonderful. Let's do the program for teachers. Let's do the program for children. Those are in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Those are about to move out. They've become matured enough, and they should become supportive to their families, to their state, to their region, and to India, and to the global family. That is the way we have to work on. We start our beaming early in the morning. We start from Australia, New Zealand. Thereafter, we come to Southeast Asia. Then we go to Middle East. Then we go to Central Asia. Then we go to Europe. In the evening, we come back to India, Africa, and then we go to Canada, US, Latin America. We try to reach out as much as possible. In our thought process, in our finishing school, which is now e-Gurukul, as we mentioned, there should be a substantial, meaningful creativity and innovation coming out of the education when children are enjoying. And education got to be relevant to our day-to-day life. That's why education, skills, and micro, small, and medium enterprise, they are inseparable. They all are together. They got to move together. Tomorrow morning, we will be taking you all the way to California. You'll be meeting our president of the chamber, the new president who has been elected on 13th of January, 2022 from United States. Before him, there was the president who was taken care of from Thailand. Before that, we had a president from States. Before that, Singapore. Like that, the NRIs, non-resident Indians, those who have gone abroad, they are the one. So tomorrow morning, there's a wonderful session. Don't forget, 9:30 a.m. You'll be having Professor Satwinder Dhiman, who will be talking about holistic leadership. What is the leadership required everywhere? School leadership, college leadership, university leadership, countries leadership, state leadership, and your community leadership. All that we will be talking holistic leadership tomorrow. And he is going to have 12 chapters, 12 sessions every Sunday starting tomorrow morning. Don't forget to join us. Thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about media entertainment industry, film tourism, cinematic tourism, film-induced tourism. And you would be happy to know that ICSI, our chamber, is organizing North India Film Festival from 13th to 17th of April. We invite all our friends, brothers and sisters from the northeast part of India, come and later on organize similar program in northeast as well, because children need happiness, they need humor. Tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. you'll have another very special session. It will be a pre-budget discussion, because 1st of February is going to be the budget presentation by the Honorable Finance Minister of India. So there's a new education policy which has come on 29th of July 2020. There is a implementation of process going on. Our chamber, which is basically Global Educators Forum, we are preparing global teachers. We should get connected digitally world over without spending single rupee. Nobody to spend any money anywhere. Services exports from India. How our teachers can work for the foreign companies outside, get the revenue, build your own district, build your own area, try and get connected with the NRIs. And education is one area which can bring change at all levels. And tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., like today you are enjoying Northeast, tomorrow you will be meeting another NRIs forum. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Tomorrow we are going to talk about dental tourism. We will talk everything related to your dental part. How can you protect your dental part? How can you take care of your dental part? What is dental tourism? And how some of the children, those are studying at present dental part, how you can get connected world over, and there can be a beautiful ecosystem of dental tourism. There are lots of NRIs who travel to India only for dental treatment, because if you get yourself treated for dental checkup in Europe, in America, in Canada, it is going to cost you more as compared to if you travel to India, meet your friends and relatives, stay for 10 days in India and go back, you would still be saving the money. So why not to have dental tourism services exports? So ladies and gentlemen, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's make education and skills relevant for all of us. We extend a very, very warm welcome under the dynamic leadership of Northeast region, Mr. Tyrone D. Brass, who is our advisor to the chamber for the education vertical. And today we have got a very distinguished guest, Shri Salish Sarmaji, who is secretary, All India Private Schools Association. He is based out of Tinsukia, near that place, Borguri, and we extend a very, very warm welcome. Join me in extending a warm welcome and having Mr. Salish Sarmaji with us for the function today. When you write ER, it means you are engineer.
Yes, sir, you notice it right.
Yes.
And thank you so much for having me in your wonderful show. And I've seen so many luminaries are joining in, and it is really a privilege, a proud moment for me to be a part of this. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure to have you with us. First, let's talk about Northeast. Let's talk about how education is going on, what digital challenges you are having, and then we will take the context our forward. Please.
Uh, I would say if there is heaven on earth, that is Northeast. And as we were talking in the afternoon, you were down your memory lane, and you have never forgotten the
How
roots
can
and
I?
everything.
Because people
Well,
are
sir.
so good. People are so good. Place is so good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
People are wonderful. Like they're very welcoming, and even if they
Yes.
don't know you, if you visit
Yes.
any of the house in the village, you can stay there for a month and nobody's going to question you. So people are so pure by heart. So education during this pandemic, it was a complete turmoil in the education industry, especially in the state of Assam, because the place I belong to, the district I belong to, it's the easternmost part of the country. And then after Assam, in the eastern part, there's a small stretch of Arunachal Pradesh. Then you come to China. China is just probably around 200 to 300 kilometers from the place I stay. So, and in this area, the biggest challenge is the network. Now, when we talk about digital education, yes, everything looks fine, but we prefer it offline because online is a big challenge, because we have to climb at certain places, we have to climb up the roof of it over the roof, or you climb a tree to get a good network. So it might sound, I don't know, ironical for many, but yes, there are places like this, and our school is in a place like that. So
Great. I can understand. I can understand. I can feel when you say climbing up. I am recalling. First of all, let me convey my compliments and warmth to entire Northeast and particularly Assam. When I was there used to be a Mahabharat serial in the morning on Sunday. and there used to be a sham booster on a bamboo.
Right.
People had put on the rooftop just to get the catch the signal on Doordarshan.
Right.
And we used to stop anywhere, any house, and we used to tell them, can we watch Mahabharat with you? And they used to not only give us an opportunity to see Mahabharat, but they used to give us a cup of tea also.
Yes.
You know, it is such a
Yes, sir.
wonderful.
Yeah, I still remember, turning the bamboo, and somebody will say, "Stop, stop, stop! Stop! The signal is coming."
Yes,
And those things, yes, sir. And yes, people actually they are very welcoming. And tea, because as you know, tea is the major industry of Assam. So everywhere you go, tea is there.
yes. But wonderful tea gardens and everything and all that. And so, how children are popping up basically? Do we have enough devices? One is the internet connection. How about the devices? Families having one mobile phone, and maybe father also has to take care of it. Mom is also working. So, how do you
Yes,
look at that?
so you rightly pointed out, sir, because there has been instances in my school when a mother walks in and she says, "Sir, please stop this online classes because we have one phone in our house, and there are two kids are there studying in your school, and the father has to go to the office. So they attend the classes when the father is in home, and that too one day one child takes the classes. The other day they have made it alternate day. So she requested, sir, you can make it alternate so that all the children can attend the classes and make it in the first half probably before 10 and after 6. So there were instances, very rightly pointed out, many, not only in my schools, majority of the rural schools, they have faced this challenge where there is one mobile phone. That is a luxury. I would say having one smartphone is a luxury for many. There are students who do not have a mobile phone and they're not been able to take classes. So if we see the last 2 to 3 years have been they have been wasted. A child has lost a very precious years of her life, of the learning life, I would say. So it has been going around, sir.
I can understand. I can understand. I still recall that on 4th of February 2018, in the beautiful city of Guwahati, there was a Advantage Assam very mega show, very big show. And entire Guwahati airport facelifted, entire city, given a new look. Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated, and that time there was a galaxy of the NRIs, the people those have gone from Northeast abroad, and particularly from Assam. They all had come back, and we were taking care of the convention technology part. And that time, the Honorable Union Minister, along with the Prime Minister, and I still recall for the technology and IT, he had also come, and Tourism Minister was also there, and the whole world was in Guwahati at that point of time. I personally feel people those have gone abroad from Assam or from Northeast, they should help out such families and such children. And at least for next 2 3 years, let's focus on education vertical, education connectivity vertical, education facilitation network. What are your views on that?
Very rightly pointed out, sir, because I am also a part of a social organization known as Rotary,
Okay,
the Rotary International, if you know. So we had in our district again, our district is part of Bengal and the 8 northeastern states. So our district is 3240. So many of the clubs we have undertaken, donate your unused phones. Many families we have got an outdated model probably which we don't use any nowadays. So it asked many of them to donate, and we had, and that was very few in number. So when we look at the quantum of the problem, but that step was taken, and many people they have actually come forward and they have donated whatever they could. And yes, our friends and families who live abroad, they have a certain advantage, the value, probably the value addition part. Yes, they can always join hands with reputed organizations or schools where they can partner and enable. It's more like enabling the children to at least, I won't say a luxury. It's a necessity or a step towards education and enabling education, and so that they can also learn something along with their counterparts. So that will be a big help if the world community can join in. Very
Wonderful.
rightly put it.
Wonderful. So that is from Engineer Salesh Sarmaji and Secretary to Assam Private Schools Association. I would like to make a request to all our brothers and sisters, Indian diaspora, those are abroad. If you could connect yourself with the northeast part of India, maybe for research, maybe for innovation, maybe for technical know-how, maybe giving some devices, maybe sharing some info, whatever best you can do to empower the education ecosystem. Uh, uh, you know, what do you call, Saleshi, something else which comes to my mind very interesting when I noted your organization efforts, that Assam Private Schools Association took some initiative to empower educators, teachers, principals, and you all had traveled to UK and you had gone to Canada. Would you be kind enough to narrate with us what exactly, the efforts were?
Yes, actually, because we also think of developing as an all-around development, so that the schools, if they see the best in education happening around the world, so we can also bring those knowledge here and incorporate and make our education system better. So with that view, we had, as a Assam All Assam Private School Association, we had you know, joined with the University of London in 2016, I think, and 16, so wherein we had worked out a curriculum that suits us best, but according to the best they were providing. Like we are having the CCE, like that was in CBSE. That was a brainchild of University City College London, University of London.
What is
They have did
CCE? What is CCE?
comprehensive and continuous evaluation.
Okay.
Continuous comprehensive evaluation of the children, where a child was evaluated throughout the year rather than, and the marks were awarded according to his performance in the whole year, not just a pen and paper exam. It was looking at that. And the idea or the research was done by that university. So
Okay.
we went there and we had a wonderful time. It was, it was such an enriching experience, and we brought back so many things which we're able to at least share with the local schools. So that was that was in 2018, and
How
that
long was the visit? How long was the visit?
it was a week-long visit, sir,
Week
and
long.
it was a week-long visit.
Share some more experience of learning, because I'm very keen. My hunger has increased.
And we had the opportunity of visiting schools, also local schools, wherein we went on a school visit. We interacted with the headmistress rather, and we saw how different is their working style or strategy than ours. So we could interact. We brought back so many things. I personally saw that how a child can be motivated by certain actions or certain works. Those small ideas were brought back. And again,
Can you recollect something? Can you recollect?
it was more on it was more on curriculum and everything.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
more on curriculum, how to develop it. It was more on this policy making and
Okay.
how to decide curriculum for your schools in different classes. So it was very technical in this thing.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And again, it so happened we that was in university again in 2018. We went to University of Toronto. So that is
Oh,
ranked eighth in the world, and University of London is second in education parameters.
okay.
So we went to University Toronto, wherein the same thing. We had we had the best professors. We're working on research, and our was style of working and uh, Canadian style of working is somewhat we can draw a parallel in
Okay.
certain points. So we could relate more there also. And an incident so happened was, we were visiting the school and we had to be, passing through an auditorium, and the small kids were playing. And one child, he suddenly runs up to me, and and as a father of three wonderful daughters, it's a normal tendency. A child comes, he hugs you, you hug back, and that's over. And a teacher, she comes back and she says, "Sir, please do not do that." I said, and I was taken aback, and I walked. And our instructor told, "No, sir, because your intentions might be very good, but you never know what else might happen. And you have to be very careful while dealing with children." And that was also a learning experience, that certain things which are okay here might not be okay everywhere. So these are small learning lessons, and wherein, all the many principles we had gone, around 18 of them. So it was a interaction between the principals of our state also. So we had principals from West Bengal, we had principals from Manipur, we had from Assam. So majority of them were from Assam, and we had till now that networking, the knowledge sharing still goes on. We are
Wow.
there in the field, so that is also there.
Great.
So that was
Knowledge
wonderful.
sharing. Knowledge sharing is
That's
a
right.
key word.
That's
Knowledge
right.
sharing. Wow, that's lovely. Lovely. And tell me one thing. How can we, because see, our youth are wonderful. Our youth in Northeast are wonderful. They are, they, and I'm very happy for one thing, that in the new education policy 2020, which has come, we have moved at least from STEM to STEAM. The art
Yes.
has been integrated, and art
Yes.
is the base. When you look at colorful bihu dances, you listen the music, you see the tea gardens, you see those costumes, you see those cuisines. I'm feeling the fragrance of Assamese meals right over here. So what I feel is that how can we take care of our youth better if we are teachers? Because today, through this particular program, we want to involve our teachers also with us. We want to do some more capacity building programs with them. And through a Zoom, we can work out a strategy that all principals, all teachers, everybody together. And I always think different. I always think out of box. We just had our annual convention of the chamber. It happens on 13th of January every year, which is a Lodi festival in North India. It's a Pongal in South, and it is Bihu in your Assam.
Yes.
So we had 30 hours, 30 hours of deliberations on education from world over.
Oh, wonderful.
67 countries participated. So the vision goes and the thought goes, let's do a day program for Northeast. And let's start in a humble way from Assam. All our schools, because who are today, at the edge, those have to be taken care of, because 2 years have gone in Corona. So the children, those have come to 12th standard. I think the teachers, those were taking classes of 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they must have got burnt out, because so much of challenges when you don't have connectivity, when you don't have reaching out to the person at a right time, and then parents also having difficulties, all that when we take into consideration, let's think out of the box and let's plan something unique that our chamber would be more than happy. Let's get some expert from abroad. Let's do a day program digital, no money involved, free of cost, resources, sources, everything, the new pedagogies, the new andragogies, the new innovations, the new creativity, and the new education policy 2020. Because now the teachers and principals also have to undergo 50 hours training program every year as per new education policy 2020. And we work out a strategy that this particular 8 hours workshop, we give them international certificate from the chamber free of cost, and it should be counted towards those 50 hours, and something they all should get enriched free of cost as a reward for their hard work during this coronavirus period.
That will be a wonderful, wonderful thing to do, sir. And I must add, the adding to the difficult, when we're talking about the difficulties the teachers were facing, one very stressful uh, instance was the teachers were, when we were having online classes, the teachers were being constantly scrutinized. Because we, as a teacher may not be perfect. A teacher who teaches maths may not be very good in English while teaching in class. A teacher who teaches Hindi or Assamese may not be very good in other languages. So there was a constant pressure on the teachers that they are being constantly scrutinized because the parent was sitting just behind by the side of the child, and at the end of the day, few comments also came in that this teacher, he doesn't know English, and how is he a teacher? So those were also very stressful for many teachers. It's not only in every school might have experienced that. And I must congratulate the teaching community the world over. So it was an excellent effort because it came at the corona, the pandemic was such a disaster, and nobody was ready for it. And the teachers have logged I salute the hard work put forward by each and every teacher in actually maintaining the bridge between children and education. And what a better way to recognize than what you have suggested. We can have a training session and give them a certification. That would be a wonderful initiative.
And let's call it a happiness session. Instead of calling a training session, we should call a humor and happiness session. And something else is coming out of the box to my mind. Let us work out a strategy. All the district of Assam, we should take into consideration. We should write to, from your Assam Private Schools Association, every district should select 3 to 4 teachers. Those have done innovative way of imparting knowledge through creativity during this pandemic. Let's recognize them at international level.
Oh, that will be wonderful, sir. We are connected because we have got district associations as well.
Yes.
So we can get in touch, and that can be done, sir.
And I can request UNESCO Director Education to come and inaugurate that particular program.
Lovely, sir. What a wonderful way to start with it.
I think let's plan it out, because see, we have to do something different. We have to honor teachers. We have to recognize teachers. We have to appreciate teachers. We have to do hand-holding of teachers, and we have to work in the direction for their personal and professional growth. And coming from armed forces, I salute particularly all the ladies, all the girl child now, because you would be happy to know that on this Republic Day announcement has been made that now the girls will have permanent commission also in armed forces. You know, a lot of things are coming up. Our young boys and girls, they are wonderful. Northeast has got a lot of talent. And if somebody has imparted education with the help of the music during this Corona time, let's bring those creativities also. And that particular, I will ensure that particular webinar goes world over, that particular conference goes world over, and we reach right up to United Nations. From Assam, we can work out that way through the Northeast. That's what the vision we can take it on. Now, finally, let's take on, what would you like to suggest? What would you like to suggest that entire Northeast should be brought further closer to rest of India, and on the other side, taken to ASEAN as well as a collaborative efforts in education? What would you like to suggest?
I would, on this point, I would say we have got the best of the best brains in the whole country. The people from the Northeast, we have been, as you have army background, so you are well aware that the situations that were there around 10 to 15 years back. So times have changed now. So
Yes.
our youth are motivated to do something, and opportunities are very less in the northeastern part of the country because of various reasons, because of whatever, political, geographical, whatever it may be. But times are changing, so we need opportunities in this thing, in this part of the country. And our education, our children are, they have that zeal to learn, they have the, and they have that energy to do. I have a small story, because when the Mughals were attacking Assam, in those days when Mughals were attacking Assam, and they used to lose every battle. So somebody asked, how come you have a big army of so many, thousands or lakhs of soldiers, and they are handful, and how do you beat them? They said, no, the people of Assam, they know how to farm, they know how to build houses, they know how to build bridges, and they also know how to fight. So it's very difficult because they're all rounders. So it's, the only thing is we lack opportunities, which slowly it's coming up with everyone's effort. People, good people like you, and the people who are, in the audience. The only thing is we need certain areas. When I say we, I represent the whole private schools and all the schools of Assam. I say on that behalf, we just need a little support from whosoever can, in whatever way you can, so that the children, they can move up, and they can, develop this country at par with other countries also. And as per ASEAN, we are the gateway to the Asian countries. And what a wonderful, you know geography or topography you'll pass through. So it has got potential for tourism, which is slowly getting noticed the world over. So I see bright future. So, but the only thing is we all should join hands, and, good things are bound to happen.
Wonderful, wonderful, great to hear. And something very interesting which you have mentioned, it comes to my mind. My immediate past president was from Thailand. And sometime back, there used to be a direct flight once in a week from Guwahati to Bangkok, because linkage of Ahom dynasty. And he used to tell me always that there are wonderful people from Assam. Those have migrated. They are right over here in different parts of Thailand, and they're doing extremely well. They're doing wonderful. I can always ask him. And also very interesting that this year, 2022, India and ASEAN is celebrating 30 years of friendship, 30 years of partnership. The January is just today. Today is 29th of January, and the whole year is there. We can plan lot of things of education, collaboration, exchange, culture. One more part comes to my mind. And
Yes, sir.
30th of June 2017, 30th of June 2017, our chamber had organized in Mumbai a special event for the entire northeast part of India, along with the ASEAN, that was tapping the potential of media entertainment industry of Northeast, focused on youth. And Janu Barwaji, the noted film director producer, he delivered the keynote address along with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. And lots of people, the Northeast people, they gave the wonderful performances over there. And it was a full day deliberations. So media entertainment industry also has got lots of potential. The time has come. Our children from Northeast, those are so good at media entertainment. We should have a talent hunt. We should showcase. We should take them to the helm of the affairs, whether Bollywood or Tollywood or Hollywood, anybody, but we should try and showcase the talent of these children the best possible way. I think if we have more and more skill centers related to entertainment industry in Northeast, that would be wonderful. Our chamber is working very closely with the vertical of Sector Skill Council on Entertainment. That would be another area which you can think of and we can plan in future. So with these words, my deepest gratitude and thanks to your association, Assam Private Schools Association. My personal thanks to Salesh Sarmaji, engineer Salesh Sarmaji, because he's very, very close to my emotions, because my emotions are taking me all the way to Dinjan at this point of time. And I can recall, I can recollect, I can just remember each and every moment which I spent wonderfully. And that is the entire Northeast is so beautiful. And ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Prime Minister has already made an appeal that during this pandemic, if the domestic tourism has to be promoted, why not to travel 15 places of India? And I'm so very happy to know that in the live chat on the YouTube channel, at this point of time, 1,000 non-resident Indians are part of these deliberations today. 1,000 people are watching. I'm thankful to all of them from the different countries, from the different continents, in the different time zones. They all are the part of it. And that is 1,000 people. Those are part of this live chat, this YouTube session. It's available on the GS Motivator. Those who have missed it, you can see it later because this program is going live. It's your program. Northeast is calling. Visit Northeast as soon as possible. Let's travel to Northeast. And Saleshji, we would be more than happy to work very closely with your organization, the best possible way, whatever we can do. Thank you very much. Thank you for being a part of. Thank you.
It will always be a pleasure working in a positive direction with such motivated team of people. And as for the tourism in Assam, my place is blessed with the longest bridge of the country.
Yes.
And we have that the highest footfall of migratory birds in a place called Magudi Bill. So last year, a mandarin duck, it was sighted after 110 years. So it's all about flora and fauna. We have white horses. So there's so much to see. Please do come and be our guest. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for having me here.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Those are watching shy way. And if you're not posting the comment, we have already touched 1K today. And I would invite those people also, those are watching this program, at least put a post over there and be a part of this particular journey and this campaign. We all have to travel to Northeast parts. You know, it's a wonderful area. And I personally feel I might have been born in North India, but my soul, my spirit belongs to Northeast because it's a long 50 years association with the Northeast, which I have got. I love Northeast. I love Northeast people. And it's an amazing place. God bless Northeast. Northeast.